Orhan Pamuk, thank you very much for taking your time. It's a pleasure to have you in the interview. We are on the book fair, we are talking about books, we are talking about politics. As far as I know, all of your books are always kind of a bridge between Europe or the West and the Orient. Now it's your new book, Museum of the Innocents. How is it done there, the bridge?
Museum of Innocence is a love story that takes place between 1975 and today in Istanbul. It's not directly political. It's a love story that chronicles, it tells how we live love in our corner of the world. It is the story of an upper-class rich man who is infatuated with his lower class distant relative. So it's a love between distant cousins, but it's also about class. It's about the repression of women in my part of the world. It's about infatuation of love. It's essentially about what happens to us when we fall in love. Love in popular culture, in commercial culture, is something sweet, in something subject of sweet love songs, while on the other hand I think it's something else, that my feeling of love, that it's something that happens to us just like car crashes. But it's also, as I chronicled my character's love story, I also draw a sort of panoramic picture of Istanbul, upper class life, but then in general texture of life in Turkey. So it is, yes, a love story with a political bent, women's repression in Turkey, then a whole picture of Turkish society between 1975 to today.
How important is it to have a tool like literature for doing a better understanding between different cultures?
I write my books to express myself, not to express Turkey to others, but then this is an inevitable thing, that if you come from a culture like mine, and even if I try to explain myself, they read my books to see a sort of a key to understand Turkey. My books, on one side, are fairy tales, stories about people, not necessarily explain a culture to others. I write to express myself. I wrote this Museum of Innocence essentially because I wanted to share what I think love is to others.
You're one of the critics of the Turkish government, but yesterday you've opened the Frankfurt Book Fair together with Mr. Gül. How did it feel to be on the same stage with one of the person you not really do agree with?
We may not agree with each other, but he is a tolerant statesman. Then he also knows that in a fully democratic country, that the statesman should tolerate criticism of the state, and he did that. So it was okay, and there was this representation of Turkish culture in Frankfurt. We were both happy that this year in Frankfurt Turkey is the guest of honor.
Yes, you already said it. It's a guest of honor, Turkey. Which chances means that maybe for Turkey, or how important is it for Turkey to be guest of honor in Frankfurt?
It's important for Turkish writers to introduce themselves. That in fact, that the Frankfurt Book Fair is a place, although we may remind of ourselves of our nationality, but also when we see books, when we see a collection of books, libraries, places where books come together, we also tend to forget our national identities. We remember brotherhood of the readers. I strongly believe in brotherhood of books and readers.
You do not agree with all what's running in Turkey and how things are going there. On your side of things, what really has to change urgently there?
That we need more freedom of speech, tolerance. These are things that Turkey needs. But then, of course, that I'm not writing to promote these ideas, that I'm writing books just for their own beauty. I write because I want to express myself. I write because I like writing and tell stories. That's what counts.